From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm Dave DeForest reporting South Korea considers new U.S. military help. A South Korean official says his government is discussing what additional U.S. assets might be deployed on the Korean Peninsula. The French news agency and South Korea's Yonhap news agency reported such assets might include the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Ronald Reagan, B-2 bombers, nuclear-powered submarines, and F-22 stealth fighters. The Pentagon on Monday refused to discuss specifics. Representatives of the United States, China, Pakistan, and Afghanistan met Monday for discussions on ways to bring peace to Afghanistan, which has been fighting Taliban insurgents for more than a decade. Pakistan is hosting the talks. Representatives of the Taliban, itself with differing factions, did not attend. Ayaz Gul takes a look.
Monday's four-nation talks in the Pakistani capital were the first of a series planned for this month to define a roadmap and create conditions for reviving the Afghan peace process. Pakistan's foreign policy advisor Sartaj Aziz told the delegates at the opening session he was confident they would be able to evolve an efficient procedural framework with realistic and flexible targets. Aziz warned attaching demands to the start of the process would be counterproductive. He was apparently responding to Afghan assertions that Pakistan had promised to use force against Taliban forces unwilling to talk. Ayaz Gul, Islamabad.
South African Paralympic champion Oscar Pistorius has appealed to the country's constitutional court in a last-ditch attempt to overturn his murder conviction for killing his girlfriend. Pistorius has been out of jail on bail since last month. That's when the judge found him guilty of murder. This is VOA News. Islamic State is claiming responsibility for 4 suicide attacks in Iraq Monday, killing at least 32 people. Gunmen sprayed bullets at shoppers before blowing themselves up inside a Baghdad shopping mall in a mainly Shiite neighborhood. A car bomb exploded on a Baghdad street not far from the mall. Also Monday, 2 other bombs blew up outside a cafe in the town of Muqtadiya, northeast of Baghdad. A humanitarian operation to deliver food, medicine, and blankets is underway in 3 Syrian towns where conflict has left residents in danger of starvation. An International Red Cross spokesman said the convoys Monday entered Madaya, close to the Lebanon border, and Fua and Kafraya in Idlib province near Syria's border with Turkey. Mexico is starting the process to extradite drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman to the United States. Guzman faces an array of charges in the U.S. linked to the hundreds of tons of illegal narcotics he has shipped across the border. The Mexican government had in the past rejected U.S. requests to turn over Guzman, but changed its mind after the drug kingpin escaped 6 months ago from one of its prisons. He was recaptured in a shootout with authorities last Friday. British music legend David Bowie has died.
Lightning bolt on the Aladdin Sane and the Ziggy Stardust. It was just inspirational.
It meant seeing something was possible, and he used to do things that just expand your mind.
That's my idol. I grew up with him.
I just started crying on the couch. I face planted into the couch and cried into the cushion.
On Friday, the musician turned 69 and released Black Star, his 25th album. Inventive to the end, Bowie mixed rock and jazz on the album, which critics hailed as his best work in years. His Facebook and Twitter accounts say he died peacefully Sunday, surrounded by his family, after an 18-month battle with cancer. Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad says Saudi Arabia has to choose between what he called supporting extremists and promoting sectarian hatred, or being a constructive player in promoting stability in the Middle East. In an opinion article in Monday's New York Times, Zarif criticizes Saudi opposition to the nuclear agreement Iran struck with world powers, as well as Saudi Arabia's military campaign in Yemen, attacks against Iranian diplomatic facilities, and the stampede at last year's Hajj that killed hundreds of Iranians. Republican Party presidential candidates Donald Trump and Ted Cruz are in a virtual dead heat in the Midwestern U.S. state of Iowa, that according to a new Quinnipiac University poll. I'm Dave DeForest in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.